local decisions, supporting community organizations, and helping businesses succeed with 10 locations throughout the state, from Wisner to Deschler, Norfolk to York, and right here in Lincoln too. Whether you're opening a checking account, buying your first home, in need of an ag loan, or in search of cash management services for your business, we're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking top models from Can-Am, Kawasaki, Honda, Polaris, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycle, Sea-Doo, and Triton trailers. Score big on our massive selection of Can-Am side-by-sides with rebates up to $3,000 on select in-stock models. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location. They can't wait to get you set up for football season.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
A fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to judsonirrigation.com or call Judson Bylene 402-420-6277.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock in the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Bock the Blackshirt, 93.7 The Ticket. We are on from 1 to 3, Monday through Friday. And today, we have a special guest with us. He was in the recruiting department at the University of Nebraska, former player, former CFL player, former junior college player, Kenny Wilhite. What's up, Mr. Will Hype?
What's up, brother? How you?
Gardens? Dodge City.
Dodge City, not Gardens.
Dodge City. Man, look, out of all the JUCOs we talk about in Kansas, how did you get to Dodge City?
Ooh.
Come on with it now.
No. So
because I always ask that. I want to ask you this question because I've been to Dodge City from Independence, and that's an 8-hour bus ride.
Yes.
I'm thinking El Dorado. Where is it at?
It's in Dodge City, Kansas.
Okay, what's by y'all?
Garden City, which is a little bit further west.
Okay.
But Wichita is 3 hours west of Wichita. So I'm sitting in class one day, and one of the teachers said, "Hey, they want to see you in the library." I go to the library, and I said, "What's up?" She was like, "That guy over there want to see you." I was like, "What guy?" She was like, she pointed to the guy that was standing over there. So it was a guy there with a brown leather tasseled coat on with cowboy boots. So I walk up. He said, "Hey, I'm Jerry Colin. I'm the head coach at Dodge City Community College." Just sitting there watching film, and you were the guy that stuck out to us. We run the option here. Were you thinking about coming out on a visit? I'm like, "Coach, where's Dodge City?" I'm from St. Louis. Anything west of St. Louis, I didn't know where it was. So pulled out the map and looked at it. I'm like, "Coach, that's a long way from home." He said, "Well, what do you want to do?" I said, "I want to play football." He said, "Well, if I bring you out there and you like it, what do you think?" I said, "Coach, you bring me out there, I'll decide if I want to go there." Went out there, first got off the plane. I was the only person that ever flew out to Dodge City on a recruiting visit.
You went on a recruiting visit?
Yes.
To a junior college?
To a junior college. Flew out there, get off the plane. Flew off the plane. We're driving from the airport, a little small airport, to the campus, and drove through downtown. My granddad used to watch Boot Hill, Gunsmoke, Wyatt Earp, and all that. So he took me through there, and then all of a sudden I see this big old 2-story statue of a cow. I'm like, where am I at? Get to campus, I'm like, oh my goodness. So the weekend went great, and I said, "Coach, hey, I want to continue my athletic career here at Dodge City Community College." He said, "If you, I can't say the word on air, but if you, I'm going to come here and I'm going to kick you know what." And I said, "Coach, I'm a man of my word. I'm coming to Dodge City."
All right. So how did y'all do in Dodge City when you was there?
As a team, we didn't do well.
Yeah.
As a team, we didn't do well. I made all conference as a freshman quarterback, and then unanimous all conference player of the year as a sophomore year as a quarterback, and first team All-American. The only quarterback unanimous pick all conference and all first team All-American out of Dodge City. 1999.
Still to this day?
1989. Still to this day.
That's pretty good. Well, when I went to Dodge City, Bock, it was a different experience.
Okay.
Never had so many nets in my face when I played the football game because you was too busy doing this, Bock, trying to get the nets out your face. But it was a long bus ride for us. The thing about the KJCC is probably back in them days, Bock, it was probably the best community college because they ran the ball more and it was more physical than probably most of the JUCO leagues we got out now. Now, you got teams like NEO, they didn't have a out-of-state rule,
Nope.
But when we played in Kansas JUCO league, Bock, they had an out-of-state rule. I think you can only have 12.
It was 11.
11
out-of-staters.
So you probably try to go, a lot of people try to go 5 on offense, 5 on defense. You get your offensive lineman from Kansas, defensive lineman from Kansas, and then try to split it up between that. Now, when I was at Independence, we was on the downhill struggle. It was better known as a basketball school. Harvey Grant went there. Reuben Patterson went there. Same thing for me. They came to see me. James Shebes, who is now the special team coach at Purdue, he came to see me in some cowboy boots. And I never took a visit. So, I never took the visit. I was culture shocked when I got there.
I was too.
Because the town was no bigger than, let's see what we can call it, Eagle, Nebraska. It was about the size of Eagle, Nebraska, with just a football field and one little gas station that we can go to. Pool hall, one hotel, and 2 stoplights. The city kids hated us, but they used to come watch us play on Saturday. It was a great experience.
I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it because it got me to where I was at today, and that was the University of Nebraska. Now, Coach Osborne, he recruits JUCO. Coach Osborne recruits anywhere. Now, when we talk about, the things that I had to do before I left my JUCO, because, you have to graduate.
Yes, you do.
So I flew home. Oh, yeah, I'm ready to go to Nebraska. I get a phone call Terrell, we need you to come back and take this one class. I was like, what class? I thought I finished all my classes. Music appreciation. I guess the guy didn't like me, Bock. He flunked me.
Uh-oh.
So I had to go back and take that class, graduate in the summer. The worst part about it, Bock, it was 2 guys there.
In the summer?
In the summer.
Appreciating music?
No. It was a foreign exchange student and one of my homeboys. So you ever seen Revenge of the Nerds?
No, I can't say that I have.
You ever seen you've seen it, have you, Bob? You remember?
I know of it, yeah.
You remember when a Chinese kid was riding a tricycle?
I don't remember it specifically.
So we had this guy, this foreign exchange student, and we all stayed in one dorm. So, but you got 3 rooms. So, one night we drank and we gave the guy some alcohol, and he reminded me of that guy that was on that tricycle that one time in that movie. But it was the worst 45 days, Bock, that I ever had in my life. I mean, a person probably can have more fun in jail, Bock, than being with 3 people, Bock, in one dorm for like 45 to 60 days.
And it was all classic. Was it classical music? Was that mostly what you guys were breaking down?
I don't know, Bock. I just know I was mad because I had to go back and take music appreciation. I had just took the class.
Yeah.
I guess the guy didn't like me, or he was a K-State graduate or something, but he made me go back, and I had to take music appreciation all over again.
So that's crazy you say that, because I there was a similar thing that happened to me.
But it was music appreciation.
No, it wasn't music appreciation. So you graduate one week, and then the next week you take your finals.
Mm-hmm.
So the next week I took my finals, and then get home, and I get a phone call, say, hey, you didn't pass that typing class. I'm like, what? The guy said I was good. So he was a K-State fan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then, so I didn't go back to Dodge to take it. I get to Nebraska, and then they found out. And so me and Kevin Raymakers drove to Beatrice every day for a 4-week class. And we took a class down there, both of us.
Oh, at the junior college down there.
Down in Beatrice.
Man, I didn't know. I wish I could have just went to CVCC in Columbus, Georgia, and took the class. But I had to go way back and take music appreciation. The guy used to wear a tie every day. Bock, I still remember this guy. He had on glasses with a tie. If I see him today, Bock, guess what I would do to him? Shake his hand.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for making me go back.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're going to have a good show for you today. Hey, Bock, let's play Matt Rule in the locker room at halftime.
I'm talking about. Maybe I just have a different standard. I don't like them freaking moving the ball. They're dropping back at the end of the half. Like, we're on the sidelines. Me and John are saying, they'll take a knee here. They'll run the ball. They don't fear you. They don't respect you enough yet. And if that sounds like coach speak, then you have the wrong brain. They're dropping back against our starting defense. They're cutting our own line at the end of the half. All you young guys, just go back there and chill. I want my opportunity. Some of you guys will get an opportunity right now. I told you I don't care what the score is. I told you I care what the tape looks like. Did I trip when the ball was fumbled? No, I don't care what happens in the game. I want to see what the next play is. You have one half. Defense, you have one half. If they try to drop back and throw it, and that quarterback's not on the ground, I want new guys in there rushing. I want them hit. I want them never to say our name again. You believe the fact with 43 seconds left, they just gave us the ball back. They went down 33, they're still dropping back. They had the balls to cut you. I thought you guys get the ball. You put it down and score. You made me put the freaking red and the white in. And you guys get in, you go play. I don't care what the score is. Troy told you shutouts are precious. We almost gave them a shutout. I don't want them ever to say our name again. That's the killer instinct I ask about. Not what does my hair look like? What do I look like in the freaking mirror? I walk in here, guys in the mirror checking themselves out. Got a chance at a shutout. You guys got a chance of freaking hanging a score around here we haven't hung in a long time. We don't work hard enough to go take what we want. Go take what you want. You want to get in the game? DJ, you run your ass up on all those routes all week. Now you got a chance to get in the game, maybe. If your brother and your brothers will put them away. It's about time people say, I don't want to schedule those guys anymore. I don't want to play those guys anymore. And if my standard's too high, then leave. And if you're with me, go out there and do not, I don't want to see a smile. I don't want to see nothing silly. I want to see a bunch of guys locked in that wants to make a team quit. That I don't know why he showed you guys Bronxville at the end of it. You know what he said, that guy, after beating out that biker gang? He said, look at me. I did this to you. He wasn't scared to make sure that guy knew who he was. I did this to you. When you're shaking their hand at the end of the game, they better have that look in their eye. You did it to them. It's supposed to be 33-0. It's supposed to be that score. Now, what's the second half supposed to look like? I'll see you guys on the field.
Any words?
Love it.
You love it? Bob?
Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it as well.
I think it's okay. Probably a little overboard to me.
Well, you can say that, but I think to drive his point home, he had to take it to that level. But the part I like was him saying, I come in the locker room, you have guys in the mirror.
Yeah, I understand that.
Worried about how they look, smiling like they just won the game. And the other part I liked was you want to establish dominance. You don't want teams to come in and feel like they're not afraid of you. If they come in and feel like they're not afraid of you, or if you give a lesser team life, then you may wind up getting upset, like a couple teams have this year so far. But I do like it. Was it a little overboard? I think so. But to drive his point home, he had to. This is his third year, and he wants those kids to believe that they can be dominant. And in order to be dominant, you have to believe it and go out there and do it. And then, like he said, you want teams to fear coming into Memorial Stadium. You want them to fear that.
I think I say it's kind of different for me because, we played up on a coach that didn't yell, that probably didn't really have to yell, but he put his point across in a normal fashion that you understood what he said when he talked.
He didn't have to. He had guys around him, Charlie McBride, that did it for him.
Yeah.
When he spoke, we all listened. We all understood, and we all did not want to let him down. He was like that parent you did not want to let down. When Charlie spoke, it was the tone like Rule a la Bo. So Charlie was the one that got you to that point. He was the one that still, and then when T.O. spoke, he was like, yeah, we don't want to let him down.
Now, Nebraska play Akron, $1.45 million. Akron hasn't scored a point this season. Probably not going to score the next week. But, when we talk about games like this, because we have a similar game coming up this week.
Yes.
Now, when I say that, because you need to put Houston Christian away quickly, put the game behind you, and get ready for Michigan. There's no going back and watching tape against a team like that.
No.
I mean, let's move forward. Let's get ready. Let's knock it out and get ready for Michigan, because now you a week from now, we'll be talking about Michigan, and we'll be out of the conversation of these teams we talk about, Akron and Houston. And now we get into Big Ten play. How important is it to get your team ready? How hard is it to get them ready for a Michigan after playing a two teams like this back to back?
When you say how hard is it, it's really not hard if you have the right kind of guys on your team. Because going into this game, I'm going to take a word from our guy, Mickey Joseph, what he told his team. I want a clean game. Offensively, special teams, defensively, no substitution penalties, no offside penalties. Want a clean game. So going into this week, after the Akron game against Houston Christian, if they could go out and play a clean first half, no penalties, no turnovers, not giving up big plays, controlling the game from the outset with the run game first, establishing dominance in the run game. When you start punching them in the mouth, like he said in this, the team's going to put their head between their legs. So if you do that early, now you have the opportunity to get younger guys in again this week early, not in the second half, but you can get them in early, get them reps, and then get ready for Michigan. Put this game behind you. Now you have to prepare for Michigan because now you're ready for Big Ten play.
Yeah. Gus Mohawk says, from my understanding of the stories that you told, Black Shirt, McBride to light a fire under his guys. Any stories about McBride getting on the team? I don't think McBride had to say anything. It's half of the time it's his look. And half of the time it's like when you're a little baby and you walking home or something from school, like you're a little kid, you walk home and you see your dad and he says, come here. He points that finger, come here. McBride, that's the only thing McBride has to do. And half the time you're scared, Bob, because you didn't know what you did wrong.
Nope.
And half the time he's not there to yell at you. He's tell you, good job. He just wanted to tell you close up. Now, I done seen McBride take guys' soul. I done seen him make guys bigger than Grant Wistrom, probably guys that you probably wouldn't think he would make them mental midgets just by looking at them. And we had guys on our team. I'm talking about big, strong. And when Coach McBride come around, they're like midgets. But and that's just from the way he looks. Custer said it should have been 42 to zip at halftime. Now, Kenny, 3 games down, 2 games down.
2 games down.
One more, then we go to the big house. We play the team from the big house. What's your assessment of this team so far of these first 2 games you've seen?
I think they're a better looking team. I think they've done well. I know the Cincinnati game, they struggled a little bit against the run defensively. Offensively, they took what Cincinnati gave them. Cincinnati was playing a lot of zone coverage, keeping it in front of them, driving up and making tackles. What I liked about this past week, was guys who caught the short passes made people miss. Now, can you consistently do that the rest of the season? You made some big catches against Cincinnati, the one in the end zone, the other one on the sideline. But they weren't able to make somebody miss and take it the distance. This past weekend it happened. Can you take that and build on it? You hope so, because you're going to need that in later on in the Big Ten play. So these first 2 weeks, I think they've played okay. They did what they're supposed to do. This past weekend against Cincinnati, they struggled a little bit. Cincinnati had a chance to win the game at the end of the game, but we made a big play. Malcolm got an interception. But this weekend they didn't let it get to that point. So let's see what they do this weekend coming up against Houston Christian. Grade them off this, and then, like you said, it's Big Ten time.
All right, Bob, you got anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Kenny, of course, one of the best defensive backs in Nebraska history. What do you kind of make of the secondary so far? 2 games, haven't allowed over 70 yards passing. Again, quality competition can kind of come in here, but what has been your impressions of the secondary?
The one thing I like about it is they're playing physical. They're being physical. They're able to come downhill and tackle. They've gotten some balls out, some balls that have been thrown perfectly to receivers. They've got some balls out. Can they continue that throughout the season? Again, like you said, this weekend coming up, can they do it again this weekend? Can they consistently build on that and take it week to week and continue to be physical at the point of attack and not giving up big plays?
All right. Kenny Wilhite will be with us today. It's Bock the Blackshirt, 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
A fall aeration by Judson Irrigation will help maintain your lawn by maximizing the effectiveness of your watering and fertilization. Judson will flag the locations of your sprinkler heads, followed by a deep core aeration to give your lawn the breath of fresh air it needs. Schedule your aeration today. Your lawn will love you for it.
Let us aerate today to ensure a healthy head start for your lawn next spring. Go to judsonirrigation.com or call Judson Bylene 402-420-6277.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking top models from Can-Am, Kawasaki, Honda, Polaris, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycle, Sea-Doo, and Triton trailers. Score big on our massive selection of Can-Am side-by-sides with rebates up to $3,000 on select in-stock models. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location. They can't wait to get you set up for football season.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Oh, Kansas. Here we go. Second half today. You just don't stop giving, do you? Green flag, we're underway. The closest finish in NASCAR Cup Series history. Close to downtown, amazing campgrounds. 3 NASCAR races in one weekend, and it's the playoffs. You guys can't drive. Now you're just showing off. But we're not mad. In fact, we're looking forward to it. NASCAR Playoffs Weekend at Kansas Speedway, September 26th through the 28th. Get your tickets now at kansasspeedway.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Acres Fall John Deere Super Sale event is underway. Our complete inventory of John Deere equipment is marked down to sell. From large ag equipment to compact tractors and gators, Acres has something for everyone. And don't miss our State Fair Harvest Days parts and merchandise sale in Grand Island. Special in-store discounts and incentives are available. Visit our Grand Island location at 4050 West Stolly Park Road and see what Acres has to offer. Visit acres.com for all the details. Offer ends September 13th, 2025.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all. And full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters. And the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. It is Bock and the Blackshirt with former recruiting coordinator, Husker, junior college All-American, Kenny Will Hyde. Kenny, I'm going to name you some names. Tell me about these guys. All right. 1, Janarian Bonner.
Ooh. When we got him as a freshman, I thought he was going to be a man-child. He put on a lot of weight. They moved him to a different position. Love the kid to death. Hopefully he's healthy and can contribute again this year. So,
all right. Deshaun Singleton.
Tall, long kid, junior college kid. You thought he was going to help us a little bit when he first got here. I think he's coming to his own now. He can be physical at times. He can cover a little bit. He's a long kid, so he should be able to help you. Captain, black shirt.
Malcolm Hogzard.
Remind me of myself, a little shorter guy, little short in stature. Why you laugh, bro?
It's just how you remind me of myself, short guy.
Well, I mean, I am, and he is. So, but what I like about Malcolm is he's a fighter. I call him a little pit bull because he's not going to back down. He's going to be challenged a lot with his size. A lot of guys going to try to go at him, but I love that kid to death.
All right. Marquise Buford.
Same. He's a talented kid. He's got really good feet. He's physical. I watched him against Cincinnati. He got away with a hold on one of them. I was like, yeah, he's still doing that. But he's a savvy player. He's a veteran. He and Deshaun are the veterans in that room. And I think a lot of young guys should feed off them and follow them. But Buford is the same. He's a pit bull. You back him up in the corner, I think he's going to fight his way out of it.
Heinrich Haberg.
Ooh. Again, he's another one. Very talented kid. He was a track, basketball, football player in high school. I always said after the first year he was here, we were doing him a disservice. He should have moved to tight end or DN then with his physical tools and his strength and all that. But I think he needs to touch the ball more. I think instead of putting him in on 4th and goal, trying to do quarterback sneaks with him, give him the ball more in short passing game quarterback. Go with the tight end screens and stuff like that. Little hitch routes, little out routes by the tight end. Get him involved early so he can get in the rhythm because he's underused. He's underutilized right now.
Teddy P.
Prohaska?
Yeah.
For a kid like him to come back after all those injuries, knock on wood, that he has a healthy senior year. But in order for a kid like that to battle all those injuries and still want to play, I admire him to death.
All right. Ernest Hausman.
Yeah, that's. I saw that story on ESPN Saturday. I sent it to his dad because of course I recruited the kid. Sent it to his dad, and his story alone is very, very touching. I remember on after his freshman year, his mom approached me because as a African American kid in that small town, some of the things he had to endure and said about him. She asked me if I can speak to him, and then I spoke to him, and I actually commended her and her husband on taking on that challenge because again, you're in that small community and there's no African Americans pretty much in that community. For them to accept that challenge, to take on that, had to be hard on them too. But you have more people like that in this world than we know of. But his story is very, very touching, and I'm happy for that kid. I'm very happy for that kid.
When we talk about Ernest Hausman, and this is how I feel that Scott Frost was the reason why we lost Ernest Hausman. And Barrett Rude, he was the defensive coach, but it was when you talk about kids like Hausman, you always have to talk about the defensive coordinator. Now, the thing with me is that Ernest Hausman his freshman year was probably better than one of the starters that we had out of those two kids. The kid wanted to play so bad, and I think that them not playing him that much his freshman year led to his departure.
And I've always said this, and it's going to happen with the portal and money and all that. But he's not the only one off that team that left. You know what I mean? But if you have a great relationship with your position coach, number one, and you trust in him, and then your relationship with the head coach, and you trust what he's doing, you're not gonna want to go anywhere. So again, like you said, with that kid, he got a little disgruntled, and family came and visited with the staff, and they felt like that it was best for them to get him out of this situation. So, and I think it was a great move for them. And not only him as a player, but as a person, and then his family also. So, as you see now, he's reaping the benefits. He's a national champion, and he's playing well.
Oh yeah, he's a blitzing machine, and I love that about the kid. And I was a fan. I'm still a fan of Ernest Hausman. I wish they could match him up with Vincent Shavers. Buddha Wright,
Jalen played with his dad, of course. His dad was
the grandpa of the defense.
Man, for me, he was a junior college kid. His dad was also, like you and I was his host. And when he came, just watching his dad, his physicality, his love and passion for hitting. And when I say hitting, he loved contact. Loved it. And so I was like, golly, this dude here, we're lucky to have this dude. And so Javen is another one who's battled some injuries that has set him back. What, he's in year 7, 6?
Yeah, I think it's
25 years old. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
hey.
But he's had some up and downs. He's had some injuries. He's had to battle through. He has some stuff that, could have been life-threatening. But for a kid to want to fight through it and continue to play, and because he loves and believes in that end because of his dad and then what it means to him, I commend Javen to death. I texted him the other day and told him good job, and just told him keep working hard and stay healthy.
All right. Now, a lot of things we've seen in college football, and it probably started last Thursday with Jalen Carter. This last Saturday, Florida Brendan Brett spits on South Florida offensive lineman. This has been getting carried away in college sports because this is not the first time we've seen this. We actually had a spitter on our show before, but we don't call names. But Kenny, when you spit on a player, I think that's one of the most disrespectful things in sports.
It's not just spitting on a player. It's if you spit on anyone in general.
Yeah.
And not just athletically, but just spitting, just thinking in your head at that moment, I'm going to spit on someone. I'm telling you right now, sure as I'm standing in front of you, if that would have ever happened to me, like Coach Osborne used to say, hey guys, when somebody, and it's on film with me getting punched in a game, but and Coach Osborne always said, do not react because the second person will get caught. So I got punched in the game, and somebody called me out on because it was somebody was watching YouTube and saw it, and they texted me about it. I said, listen, Coach Osborne always said the second person will get caught, be a bigger man and walk away. So I just threw my arms up and walked away, right? But if somebody spits on me, I'm going to jail. I'm telling you right now, because whether it's outside of the lines of the football field or between the lines of the football field, if you spit on me, it's going to take everybody and their mama to keep me off you.
Wait, tell you guys that because you guys are the last line of defense back there.
No,
and people, this is not the spitting part, but when they say the second person always get caught, not in the front seven because it's bang bang, shoot them up under the pile. Like when you get up under that pile, dude, it's all warded up.
True that you guys won't get caught in the pile doing what you guys used to do. I'm not going to say any names, like you said. I don't call out names, but I know some guys that used to do some dirty stuff in the piles. But even under the pile, if somebody was to spit on me, we're gonna, it's not gonna happen.
All right, Coach Eckler. You know Coach Eckler?
Yes.
Tell me some stories about Coach Eckler.
I don't know him personally. He and I have communicated a couple of times. He was at North Texas, and he tried to get me on staff there as a secondary coach there. But I've heard great things about him. What I like about him is his enthusiasm.
Very emotional guy.
And I don't think it's fake.
Yeah.
I think it's real. He's a Nebraska guy, right? Nebraska native. He's always wanted to coach here. Unfortunately, when he was here, the guy he was under got let go. And I think his ultimate goal was to be back here as a coach. I like what he's doing on special teams. And as you can see, he's got the punt return a little bit, working a little bit. So I think his energy says it all.
Bob?
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to watch the special teams get better and watch that improve. It's been a big part of this season. I did want to ask you because you mentioned we kind of going through different guys. Is that often when you kind of look at a depth chart, a lot of times you look at a guy that's a little bit smaller, and Malcolm Hartsock kind of gets this, and you, like you said, are kind of a smaller guy, or just kind of matchups wise, people are going to go, okay, well, there's a smaller guy, maybe we can attack him. Does it take? I want to kind of get your thoughts both as a player and somebody that recruited. When you're recruiting and you look at a 5'8" corner or whatever, you have to have a little bit more dog in them, and or they almost go into a game expecting to be the one that is targeted at times.
No, everybody always harping on size. I've always said I don't care how big you are. It's heart, your desire, your will, and are you smart enough, right? So in his case, like you just said, teams are going to look on film and see, not just this year, but in the past years, has he struggled in certain situations, and they're going to try to attack him. Not only him, but everybody on the field, even as a D lineman. What's his weakness? Even if it's a smaller D lineman. Like right now, we're a little smaller front on the D line. So what's that kid's weakness? Well, how can we get him out of position? So in Malcolm's case, like I said, his heart and his desire and his preparation is what has gotten him this far. I think he will continue to do that. Will he get challenged the rest of the season? Of course he's going to get challenged.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting, too. I mean, just kind of evaluating those guys, and we've talked about all those other ones. Sierra Wright, we haven't seen too much because they're not throwing at him too much. What has your thoughts so far for Sierra?
Well, I think last year it's on film that if you throw at him, he's going to challenge the receivers. He's not afraid to challenge the receiver. He's not afraid of contact. So I know some teams are going to try him. Will he be ready? A guy like him is, you can't get lackadaisical. You can't take a play off because you got this in your head that nobody wants to challenge you. They're not going to throw on your side of the ball. And then that time they do, you take the play off, and then it goes over your head. So I think he has to keep that in his mind that every play the ball's coming to his side. He's got to be ready every play. They don't take plays off.
All right, fair enough. I also want to get your thoughts about a quarterback by the name of Dylan Raiola. So maybe we can do that on the other end of the break. But let's go ahead and throw it to break.
All right, Bock the Blackshirt with Kenny Will, height 93.7 The Ticket. We got more college football. We got more Nebraska football. We got NFL talk when we come back. 93.7 The Ticket.
Limitless Male says, it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Hi, Sean
Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall, they go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
When your home fills up with family, Aloe Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Aloe Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Aloe at 866-481-2556 or visit aloefiber.com.
Acres Fall John Deere Super Sale event is underway. Our complete inventory of John Deere equipment is marked down to sell. From large ag equipment to compact tractors and gators, Acres has something for everyone. And don't miss our State Fair Harvest Days parts and merchandise sale in Grand Island. Special in-store discounts and incentives are available. Visit our Grand Island location at 4050 West Stolly Park Road and see what Acres has to offer. Visit acres.com for all the details. Offer ends September 13th, 2025.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Advanced Medical Imaging is hosting their third annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk on October 11th at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Hear inspiring stories from survivors, enjoy local food truck vendors, a live DJ, and other family-friendly activities as we unite to bring awareness about breast cancer. Check-in begins at 8:30 a.m. with the walk starting at 9. Register your team today for Advanced Medical Imaging's third annual Breast Cancer Awareness Walk online at amimaging.com. Let's walk for those we've lost, for those still fighting, and for a future without breast cancer.
When the clock strikes zero after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show. Sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Kreekak of State Farm Insurance. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on from your 1 to 3 hour, Monday through Friday. We are powered
by
Bauer,
infrastructure,
Bauer,
underground,
correct,
excavating.
All righty, welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt with Kenny Will Height on the ones and twos with us today. Bock, what you got for us?
Oh, there's still plenty to break down and to kind of think about. I did want to get Kenny's thoughts so far on Dylan Raiola. Obviously had a good start against Cincinnati, and then his first 300-yard performance, first 4-touchdown game again, competition always plays into it. But you think Dylan's taking the necessary steps in the offseason to take a step forward here? Often they say the biggest jump is from freshman to sophomore year.
Yeah, I do watching him play. I do watching his preparation. I think his thing with him is he's a football guy. He is a football guy first and foremost, because you have some quarterbacks that do it for the limelight, but I think he truly loves the game of football. His preparation has shown. He looks like he is taking grasp of Dana's offensive system, and he's trying to be a leader. You can see him take control of things during the game, throughout the game, and I think his throwing has gotten better. It's improved from last year. He still threw some balls that I don't think he should have thrown off his back foot, sidearm, stuff like that. You can correct those, but I think his love and passion for the game truly shows. And can he take that and build on it?
Do people get carried away with the Patrick Mahomes, Dylan Raiola talk?
Yeah, they're taking it to the extreme. I mean, he's a kid. He's told you he wants to be himself. I mean, does he pattern himself after Mahomes? I'm sure he does, but I think he wants to be labeled as Dylan Raiola, not Patrick Mahomes, too. But the resemblance is there, and so people are going to take it and keep talking about it.
Yeah, fair enough. What have kind of stuck out with you with Dana Holgorsen, that offense overall, kind of getting going here in the first couple of games? Again, 20 points in the first game, tougher competition, but maybe looked a little cleaner. Not too many penalties. Obviously, no turnovers in that game. Second game, you do have the fumble from Emmett, but kind of the same type of thing. It just feels like a better coach team, would you say, from what you've seen so far?
Yeah, I think it's a much improved coach team. What I would like to see more out of coaches, from the first snap of the game on the offense side of the ball, try to create a dominance up front with the run game. Start faster with the run game. That's going to open up your pass game. We're always talking about big plays in the pass game. If you can dominate a team up front in the run game, they're going to have to add an extra player in the secondary or in the back end in the run game, which is going to open up your passing game. So I would love to see him this week, first 5 to 10 plays on the script, be all run plays. If they stop you on the run in the run game, so be it. But try to establish dominance in the run game first. That's going to get the team to quit quicker by doing that.
I think the run game has really been our strong point right now, because when we open up the game, we try to put that run game in effect. You look at Emmett Johnson, who has 200-yard games first 2 games of the season. Can he keep this up? I think he can this week. I think when you get to the Michigan game, that's when it get a little tougher and running. But as long as you feed Emmett that ball, I think he get stronger and stronger and stronger. Now, when we talk about the backs behind him, now I'm a little concerned, because those guys are small guys, guys with not too much experience. You have a big guy in Quentin Ives, who's to me is a little stiff right now, just still battling through that hamstring issue. But I think when Ives gets 100%, he will be that number 2 guy. It's just right now, and I tell people this all the time: don't worry about the depth chart now, because the depth chart's going to change from here to probably week 6 or 7. So when you talk about all this stuff with depth charts and people look at the depth charts and I tried to talk to my guy Elijah Pritchett, and he's 3rd right now. And like I told him Saturday, hey man, don't worry about it. Be yourself, play your game, and it'll all come to you.
I think people get so enamored with depth chart when every play, well, the backup is a play away from going in. So mentally they have to be ready. Physically they have to be ready, because you're one play away of being. And if you're a player that gets disgruntled because you're not playing, or you don't, and then you don't know what you're doing, then you're only putting yourself further behind.
Yeah, because when I say that, because me, I started off 5th on the depth chart, and I didn't start. I set the bench for 5 games, but I led the team in 10 tackles as a backup through 5 games, and I didn't get my first start till the 6th game of the season.
You talking about here in Nebraska?
Yeah.
So you talking about yourself again. Going into my junior year, I redshirted after coming from Dodge City because I got shot. Then I redshirted, and then that next year they moved me to defensive back. I was behind 2 seniors. So I just told Coach Osborne, listen, wherever you need me to play, just tell me where you want me to play, and I'll play. So the first 4 weeks going into that year, my junior year in 1991, I backed up 2 seniors, Curtis Cotton and Tyrone Leggett. Like yourself, I got an interception the first game, and I got an interception the second game, got an interception the third game. And I told him, I said, listen, let me continue to learn behind these guys. I'll be mentally and physically ready to go when it's my time to come. So that's how I approached it. Now, are they going to approach that nowadays? No, because there's NIL, there's transfer portal, and so the days of that is over with. The days of guys wanting to stay around and develop and get and learn from veterans, those days are over with.
Have you watched the young quarterback, TJ Lateef?
I watched a couple plays with him in the game. You know, when they got to a point where Nebraska was going to win a game, I kind of turned it off. But that one run in the red zone was very impressive. I think he's got some really good feet. I think he's, like everybody's saying, he's the future behind when Dylan's done, but he's still got a ways to go. He's got, he's an athletic kid. He's a leaner kid. So his running ability is going to be a little bit better than Dylan's, but I think there's a bright future for that young man if he sticks around.
All right, let's go to break. And when we come back, we're going to listen to some of the press conference with Kenny Will Hite, and we're going to break it down here at 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
Acres Fall John Deere Super Sale event is underway. Our complete inventory of John Deere equipment is marked down to sell. From large ag equipment to compact tractors and gators, Acres has something for everyone. And don't miss our State Fair Harvest Days parts and merchandise sale in Grand Island. Special in-store discounts and incentives are available. Visit our Grand Island location at 4050 West Stolly Park Road and see what Acres has to offer. Visit acres.com for all the details. Offer ends September 13th, 2025.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O, sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
From the capital to castles. Starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of showers and thunderstorms early this morning. Otherwise, decreasing clouds throughout the day. The high around 83. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and calm winds. The low around 62. Then tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and light winds. An afternoon high near 85. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of showers and thunderstorms early this morning. Otherwise, decreasing clouds throughout the day. The high around 83. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and calm winds. The low around 62. Then tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and light winds. An afternoon high near 85. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
DJ Farley.
On the ones and twos, 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt here from 1 to 3 every day. We have special guest Kenny Wilhite on the ones and twos with us, and Jake Bockoven. What's up, guys?
Hey, it's good day to be here. Of course, we get closer to game day every day. Of course, that was more of a summer thing, but now we're in between game days. It's fun to get excited. Of course, it's always great to have Kenny in studio. We got a text already from Bill and Bennett. Says Kenny should be on the ticket more often. We can try to make that happen a little bit.
Kenny had to remind me. I told Kenny I was going to have him. Then he texted and say, what happened? Thought you was going to have him on the show. Kenny, you welcome on the show any day with us, man. Nebraska versus the Houston Christian, Saturday, September 13th, 11 a.m. kickoff, channel FS1.
There you go.
All right, Bob. Top 10 games of week 3, Bob. You ready? Look, college football talk. Georgia versus Tennessee.
Yeah, that'll be exciting when Tennessee will be without its 2 starting cornerbacks, for that game in the SEC opener at Neyland Stadium. Jermon McCoy was a preseason All-American selection, and Ricky Gibson won't play against the Bulldogs, so that'll be something to look out for. Also, the Volunteers will try to end an 8-game losing streak to the Bulldogs. Georgia's had the better of that. They've won each of those games, by the way, by at least 14 points. All that it should be an interesting game. Joey Aguilar has been an upgrade from Nico Iamaleava at Tennessee at quarterback. So I'm excited for that game. And of course, Georgia didn't look the greatest against Austin Peay either.
Well, Bach, I can tell you this. The price of this game, $351 for a ticket.
For one ticket?
For one ticket. That is a lot of money right there,
right.
Bach, for a college football game. That is probably the ticket of a first-round playoff game ticket. All right, Bach, number 2 game of the week, A&M versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame had a bye last week after losing to Miami. If they lose this game, Bach, do you scratch Notre Dame out of it?
Well, I don't know if you completely do that, right? Notre Dame still has an opportunity at 10-2. Notre Dame's schedule probably would still get them in, so it wouldn't be the end, but it obviously would be off to a bad start. And Texas A&M, I'm still excited to see what Marcel Reed can do. This is kind of his, kind of a high-profile game for him. I know a lot of people won't be cheering for the Aggies because of Trev Alberts and all the other interactions there, but it's tough to get people to cheer for Notre Dame around here too. So they might have a tough pick.
Where's that game at?
In Notre Dame. All right, number 3 game, Vanderbilt versus South Carolina. Lenora Sellers is trying to put on a Heisman hype. Who do you like on that one, Bob?
Well, I like South Carolina. Like you said, Sellers needs to kind of get going. Hasn't had exactly the dynamic start that he would have wanted, or maybe to springboard that Heisman campaign. But we'll see. Vanderbilt, they're still pretty excited. They came into the year saying that Pavia said that they were going to be the best team in Tennessee. So they've got a little bit ways to prove it. They did beat up Virginia Tech pretty badly. Virginia Tech's in a bad spot now, but a good start for the Commodores. A better start would be to get this win this week.
All right, Bob. South Florida versus Miami. ESPN tried to get this as a game day thing, but something happened with Hard Rock Cafe down there in South Beach, so they won't be having it down there. I think it will be in Northwestern this week. No, that's Big Noon. It's going to be at Northwestern. But South Florida versus Miami, Bob.
Yeah, this is the only team across the country that has 2 ranked wins so far in South Florida. And it's just going to be amazing to see the reaction altogether, right? Initially you're thinking, okay, they beat, South Florida beat Boise State 34-7. Okay, there's something wrong with Boise State. Now they beat Florida 18-16. Oh, there's something wrong with Florida. If you beat Miami, at some point you're going to say, maybe the South Florida team has a little bit of something to them.
Did you see the interview with their head coach after that game?
Who that?
With South Florida's head coach?
No.
If you have not, watch it.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I haven't seen it. All right, Bob. Clemson versus the Rambling Wreck of Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech quarterback put on a show against Colorado. I'm looking forward to this kid to see what they can do against Clemson. A lot of people have Georgia Tech to win the ACC this year if they can get over this hump right here.
Well, a lot of people have Clemson too. And Clemson, of course, struggled with Troy last week. Cade Klubnik supposedly was supposed to take that next step to be the best quarterback in the nation this year. Obviously had some good stats last year, so there's no doubt he's a good quarterback, but just not after the greatest start. LSU, after that victory over Clemson, was boosted to number 3 in the polls because it looks like an impressive win. After that loss or close game, again, trailing 16-3 to Troy, maybe it wasn't as impressive. We'll see this week. Georgia Tech, their head coach, he's got a few upset wins under his belt. And they do, like you said, they've got a strong belief in what they could do this year. So I'm almost leaning toward the Rambling Wreck at this point, just to stir up college football and certainly the ACC.
No, you're not leaning on it to stir college football. You're leaning on it because you know that I'm going to pick Georgia Tech, and you're going to follow right behind me to keep up with me in these rankings.
Hey, I was trying to
in
give you
these
an early
games.
season preview, lean which way I was going there.
Yeah,
You already let me know. You're picking Georgia Tech. Right?
I am picking Georgia Tech. All right, Buck, this next one, Wisconsin versus Alabama. Luke Fickle has his hands tied behind his back on this one, going all the way to Tuscaloosa on this one.
It is a tough game, but is it as tough as maybe the brand name says? We'll see. They still have the number 1 talent composite team in the nation. Alabama does. Wisconsin, kind of been dealing with some injury issues a little bit to get going with the season. It kind of played on Miami, Ohio, and Middle Tennessee State. So it's kind of tough to know what we're getting out of the Badgers, but they always played the kind of one of these tough non-conference games. You're right. Tuscaloosa is definitely going to be a tough place to win, but there's been a few teams hovering around 500 in the last 12 games that have beat Alabama. So it's not what it once was, not the challenge it once was.
Yeah. All right, Buck. Last one. Your guy, PJ Fleck. Cal versus Minnesota.
And Cal's got a very impressive quarterback.
Quarterback, did you watch him?
Look out for him.
Yeah, he should be in. If he goes out and get this win, he should be in a run for the Heisman.
Maybe we should have took Cal instead of UCLA.
For the Big Ten.
Yeah.
At this point, maybe. Deshaun Foster, we'll see kind of what goes on there. But we'll see. And that's a tough one too. Minnesota, we all know about Nebraska traveling on a Friday night to the Twin Cities after only 6 days of rest. This one's going to be out in California. I think the game starts at 9:30 local time here, so a little bit different. Those Minnesota fans are going to have to stay up for it.
All right, Bill and Bennett says Kenny has a smooth voice. I bet he would be great backup singer for Terrell. Lost my baby. So,
well, my voice is way better than T. Farley's, that's for sure.
You're crazy. I'm the midnight singer in the shower.
Appreciate that, Bill.
I sound like what's his name, Barry White, when I'm in the shower. Oh, you keep. You know what I'm saying? Old Dad 34 said Luke Fickell will be fired by the end of the year. What's your take on that, guys?
I don't know if he'll be fired by the end of the year. I think next year he'll be on the hot seat if he doesn't get improvement this year.
Yeah. Bob?
Yeah, it's a difficult schedule. It's one of those things that it's going to be tough. You're going to have to see kind of how it plays out. It's tough, when you're in the athletic director's head, unless you are, we're not going to know necessarily how they reviewed that. It's kind of like Florida right now. After the loss to South Florida, they say they're not going to fire Bill Napier by season's end. He also said, by the way, he's not going to give his playing calling. But it's just such a tough schedule, and the emotions are going to be from week to week. If you get blown out, it might change your mind. I mean, like the Oklahoma State 66-3 loss or 69-3 loss to Oregon. I've been a Mike Gundy fan for a long time. I love sticking with a coach that's earned it, but there's certain losses that you just go, well, maybe it is time for a change.
The Nike game.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I got the top 25 quarterback power rankings, and Dylan Raiola is climbing up the ladders. Just some notable guys he's passed, which I think this list is crazy. Lenora Sellers is at 23. Desmond Williams Jr. is at 22. Garrett Newsemeyer is at 20. Nice. Josh Hoover is at 19. Jaden Mavalo is at is at 18. Joey Aguilera is at 17. Dylan Raiola, 15, Bock.
Well, again, it was an impressive performance this past week, especially statistically. He was punished in these polls or, these kind of rankings after week one because, he wasn't taking too many shots against Cincinnati. And as to Kenny's points again, the defense was kind of keeping everything in front of them. So they didn't want to get beat deep. So it's good to see him at least bounce back in the polls. I think he'll probably put up another interesting game there as far as statistics go. This week against Houston Christian. But again, the real test will be down the line. But I kind of like it. I like him having to earn his way up that respect ladder. Of course, after last year, touchdown interception ratio, just the way, the last half of the season looked, I wouldn't have liked it to just be given to him. So he's earning his way back up the quarterback ladder.
Yeah.
But I don't let's not get caught up in these rankings. Go out there and win games and play well, then everything will take place.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right, Bock, let me see what else I got in my bag of goodies right here. Dylan Raiola is on pace to have the best passing season in Nebraska football history. Joe Gaines, 2008, 3,568 yards. Joe Gaines in 2008, 285 completions. Zach Taylor, 2005, 430 attempts. Adrian Martinez, 2020, 71.5 completion percentage. And Zach Taylor, 2006, 26 touchdowns. He's currently on pace for 363,642 yards and 36 touchdowns and 78.1% completion percentage.
If he does that, Nebraska should have a winning season.
More than that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I think a lot of quarterbacks probably have been on pace after 2 games. It's about keeping it up.
Yeah. Well, for me, when I talk about what teams are dangerous to us in the Big Ten, it's the list goes on. We know Ohio State is one of those teams. I think USC has finally got their stuff together. They haven't played a great team yet, but when you talk about team speed, that team scares me to death because from the running backs to the receivers to the tight ends, that is a fast team.
Yes, it is. Offensively and defensively.
Yeah, so we have to watch them games when we play them.
How impressed were you, Kenny, with the 20 completions in a row from Dylan Raiola? I feel like that maybe had been a little bit less excited or celebrated this week just because of all the other things that were needed to be happening. But that's quite impressive. I know, again, a lot of it might not be the most difficult throws or The defense was kind of, again, in the Cincinnati's case, kind of letting them throw underneath the defense. But, I know it's another thing. It's not a passing school necessarily, but there's been a lot of pretty darn good quarterbacks here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is very, very impressive. Again, for him to complete 20 in a row without a drop, without a bad ball being thrown, that's very impressive.
Yeah. All right, Kenny, let's talk about recruiting, because I have this conversation with Rashawn a lot of times, and I think Gus Mohawk just said this one right here. He said, I'm upset that we didn't get Jet Tamale out of Omaha, but it looks like the quarterback room in the future could be very strong. Can we keep all three of the incoming QBs, and how bright is that future?
Well, I heard they were talking about it earlier on the radio. You're stacking years at quarterback. You in the past, you wanted to do it. Again, I don't know these kids. I don't know their family breakup, who's in their head, who's not in their head. But when you're stair-stepping quarterbacks nowadays, especially if it's a 4 or 5-star quarterback, will he be patient enough to wait his time?
Yeah.
Lateef, they were talking about him on the radio. Now he has film now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has film now. Dylan has one more year left, right?
He has more passing yards than our quarterback.
I was not a passing team; they're a running team. So yeah. So Dylan has this year, next year, right?
Yeah.
Lateef, this year, next year, he will sit. Then is he patient enough to wait, or you also creating competition?
Yeah.
With the stair stepping of the quarterback.
Yeah.
You're creating competition. You're not handing someone the reins of the team. They have to compete to win the starting job for the next 3 years. Is that a good or bad thing? It could be good, but it also can be bad, because like I said, in this era of college football, there's the transfer portal and there's NIL.
Yeah. And when I asked that question, because Trey Taylor, he's coming in, kid from Chicago. He's coming in, 27?
Yeah, Dayton Rail.
You have Dayton 26.
Dayton 26. Now you have this quarterback room, and it's easier for one of these guys like a Trey Taylor to flip his commitment, because now he sees what TJ Lateef has done. Like, it's the same thing. I don't think a guy like Dayton Riola is going to fold. So he's going to come here. Mm-hmm. But after seeing what Lateef can do, I'm satisfied with him just to keep growing and growing and growing. And when we do play teams like Penn State, and if the game gets out of hand either way, let that young man come in and show you and give him that confidence and make him a believer that when Dylan is all said and done, that he's the next guy up. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at, you can't really, it's like Tommy Frazier. He was not saying he was given to it in his freshman year, but
he didn't start right away. Freshman year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was behind Mike Grant, and then Mike struggled, and then Tommy came in, and Tommy didn't relinquish the starting spot. You know what I mean? So it wasn't given to him. Like you said, Lateef, he's learning behind Dylan right now. The guy in
two different playing styles.
Two different styles of quarterback. But you have Dayton coming in the 26 class, and you have the kid in the 27 class. Like you said, that's 2 years down the road. You still have to recruit that kid. Like, he ain't signed his letter yet. He ain't on campus yet, so you still gonna have to recruit him. That kid can watch Lateef play for the next 2 years and be like, nah, I'm not gonna be able to play there. So he may jump ship and go somewhere else.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right, Bock, any questions you got there, Bock?
No, I think we could probably go ahead and jump to a few of these press conference clips if we want to. We'll start with Coach Butler here and his thoughts on the shutout performance from Nebraska over Akron, 68-0 this past Saturday.
Nothing, honestly. I didn't know until after the game. What was it, since 2009? Is that right? So that's pretty cool, right? I mean, that's a big. It doesn't mean nothing, but like we're trying to play to a standard, and I think that at times against Cincinnati we played to that standard, and at times we didn't. And against Akron, I think we played to that standard more, but we still have ways to go and ways to develop. And on defense, ultimately, your job is to prevent them from scoring. So 0 points is outstanding. I don't really ever care about yards, passing yards, rushing yards. I care about explosive yards. Giving up explosive plays leads to winning or losing a game. And obviously giving up points leads to winning or losing a game. So I think it's pretty cool that we had the shutout, but I didn't know until hours after the game, somebody said it was since 2009. So I think that's a pretty cool thing.
All right, 2009 since the shutout. Guys played great. I think we had 2 shutouts my junior year, 2 shutouts my senior year. But, for me, I'm not really I have got upset because we giving up shutouts. But at the same time, you got to understand that these young guys are in position where they never played in the game, and they practiced so much and they took beatings from us that it really got to the point where you wanted to see them just get on the field and succeed. So it was happy to see the young guys get out there. Guys, over 40 guys made tackles, so that was a happy part to see. I'm just happy for the team that they got a shutout.
Yes. I don't think you want to get caught up in that. Like he said, there's still work to be done.
Yeah. All right, Bock.
All right, let's get to some more from Coach Butler here, talking about Deshaun McCullough.
I think the number one thing you think about with Deshaun is very active. It's unfortunate he had a sack that got taken off the board because it was like an inadvertent swipe to the face mask, and he would have had a sack in the game. Had a batted ball in the first game. We move him around a lot. I think he's going to have to continue to embrace that role with us where he can rush and 4 down, he can drop, he can blitz in multiple areas. I've been happy with how hard he's been playing. He's a guy that consistently is running around and trying to make plays within the system. I'm happy with his production at this point, and I think that he's definitely, again, kind of in those lines with Petchak and Williams and, the guys that we have to kind of make sure we're putting in the right spots to impact the game on our defense as much as possible.
Whenever anybody sees Deshaun McCullough, they say looks like an NFL player. Do you think Nebraska's utilizing him well, Kenny? I know Terrell at times has thought that maybe he could be moved around. I mean, he's played a lot of different positions.
No, I think he said it correctly. As a staff, you got to continue to find ways to put him in place to have success. They can continue to do that. The sky's the limit for that young man. And I think that young man accepting this role or what the team needs would be a big part too.
Yeah, I think when they study the other programs or other teams, you have to find that weak spot on the line that he'll be able to exploit because he's not as big as we think he is when you really look at this kid, Bock. He's probably 215, long and athletic kid. I like the way he approaches the game. Seen some good stuff in him, seen some stuff that he can get better at. Everybody can get better in a situation in a game, but I'm still waiting on that breakout performance for him. I know it's just 2 games into the season, but it's still a long way to go. But I would like to see him, drop back a little bit more or put some type of spin move on his when he comes off the line. It's hard for a guy his size and how much he weighs to really bully a offensive tackle or a guard like that. But we haven't seen him be one-on-one with a back or anything. But I've seen him one-on-one against linemen. And most of the time he's doing a great job. But I would just like to see him do more inside stunts, a little something like that, or just bull rush or try to do a counter move with his rushing skills.
Yeah, Coach Butler had a little bit more to say, so we can kind of continue here on his thoughts about Deshaun McCullough.
Smart and prepared, and he's experienced. He played at 2 other schools and played a lot of football, and I think that his execution level has been pretty good on point. It's funny, he makes some mistakes early in the week, but really I can tell he studies and prepares because by the time the game comes, he's pretty consistent with his execution level. But I think every position in this defense, you have to have multiple. We're going to be in 3 down fronts, 4 down fronts, 5 down fronts. We're going to rush 3, 4, 5. We're going to run multiple coverages. So it requires you to prepare, and it requires you to take a professional approach to how you prepare to play each Saturday. And we're trying to run an NFL defense, an NFL program, an NFL system, so that if they aspire to play at that level, that's not a jump when they get there.
A smart defense is a great defense to me.
Yes.
That's one of the things we was able to do in the 90s and the 80s. Coach McBride prepared us well. You take home your study book, you study it, you see down and distance what hash they do it from, what's this the play selection they do on 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 2, things like that. Players got to study those things, Bob, because sometimes when you really study it, it's the same thing they do right in front of you on the field.
What are you guys' thoughts on the NFL defense type of thing that he was kind of saying? We've seen at certain places the NFL approach has worked, and at other places it doesn't. Obviously, both Matt Rule and Coach Butler have an NFL background. The idea to get them, there's no surprise when you get to the next level, and your players are well prepared. But is that always the best way to win in college?
If you're going to play in the NFL, you're going to play in the NFL. I don't think you need to be in an NFL style defense to play in the NFL. I think it's the style of the kid, the preparation of the kid, the talent of the kid. Is not. Farley played at Georgia. He's not NFL ready. Farley played in the defense at KU. He's not NFL ready. KU had a dominant defensive lineman. I don't think they use Dana Stubblefield as they ran a pro style defense for Dana Stubblefield to play in the NFL. So, it's good and it's bad. I don't think you want to be labeled as the NFL style defense, because now what if it doesn't work? You know what I mean? Now you're putting yourself out there to say you're trying to, and I don't want kids just saying I'm coming to Nebraska because they play in an NFL style defense. I want kids coming to Nebraska because of the University of Nebraska.
That's some interesting thoughts there. We are up against it. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more on Bock The Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The following is a system.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
I can't believe I just scratched that card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
Hi, I'm Casey Oddie, and I'm the retail banking manager at your local Midwest Bank branch on 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Banking may be my job, but supporting the community is what I care most about. Whether I'm showing up at local events, partnering with schools, or helping people reach financial milestones, I am proud to be a part of what makes Lincoln strong. Let's build something together. Stop by and say hi. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
.7 The Ticket. This is Bock and the Blackshirt. Don't laugh, man. Y'all, that makes me mad, man. Somebody stole my cigar again outside. Now I'm just happy. Now my day is just incomplete. See, I only bring.
It's bad for you anyway. But
well,
yeah.
I leave with one and I bring one for here. And now I have nothing. Next time I want to have the show outside, I'm gonna be on like a pig on slop.
If y'all could have saw this boy's face, like somebody took his puppy away from him.
Oh my God, man! All right, Buck, let's go.
Well, you just gotta put it behind your ear or something. I don't
No,
know.
I don't want to smoke the room up, Buck.
Yeah.
It'll stink in here, so I leave it outside.
Yeah, I
Trying
don't
to be
know.
nice, considerate, it's like, yeah, darn it. Where's my glasses at? Now I lost those two. Here we go. Let's go, Buck.
All right, we got a few more thoughts from Coach Butler here. One of the surprise and big performances was from Cade Petrock this past season or this past week. Here's what Coach Butler had to say about Cade.
I think he's got great DNA when it comes to being a football player. Like, I don't know if you guys know him at all, but he's got that look in his eye. He's got a little bit. I told the guys the other day, I coached 10 years in the NFL, and all the best defensive linemen I've ever been around had a little bit something off on about them in a good way, meaning that, they were there because they knew that was the toughest and most physical position that you're going to play in, and you're battling every Sunday. And then you look at Cade, and he has that look about him that he's going to play really hard, play very physical, play with a lot of passion. We wanted to play him a little bit more in the Kansas City, in the Cincinnati game, and did not. That's our fault. We should have played him more. But when he played this past weekend, he played to a level that we expect him to play and continue to get better. And I think he's going to help us. I think he'll be a steady member of that front moving forward.
There you hear from Coach Butler about Cade Petrock. we're all kind of getting used to it and trying to say his name there, but it's pronounced Petchuk, which is kind of cool. But he looked really good, especially in a debut. I thought, of course, got the first safety for Nebraska and took on the challenge of wearing the number 93 here at Nebraska. That's obviously Ndamukong Suh's number, so that was interesting. Were you guys impressed with Petchuk's debut here this past week?
I'm going to feed off what Butler said. The look, like he said. Some guys have that look, some guys don't. For him to say that kid had that look in the trenches, you got to have that look. You have to. I mean, Farley played with a couple guys, Jason Peter, Grant Whistle. I'm sure they had that look. Perella for me, and then there was another guy named Kenny Walker. They just had that look. So,
well, I'm just going to take it game by game,
Yeah, I mean,
I have to see it versus, like, everything's all good and dandy until we get into the Big Ten. Like I say, these are like preseason NFL games to me right here. These first 3 games. The first preseason game was pretty hard. Now you relax. You got the first, second victory by a big margin. This one right here, no way they should have even over 100 yards total offense. But then, it's time to hop in the Big Ten. So long as he matches that same energy that he does against Akron, he has to have that same energy versus Michigan, Michigan State, USC, Penn State. And when I see him do it against them, that's when I give you the go ahead. But right now, it's still preseason football to me.
Well, it's interesting as we kind of break down and look at Houston Christian coming in here. Jason Batchel, their head coach. If you were Jason Batchel, Kenny, what would you say? I know you've done some coaching before. What would you say? We've seen certainly from this past week, the Grambling straight loss. Mickey Joseph, he basically was just saying it was a mismatch going in, and it was. They ended up losing 70-0. And then obviously you have the other approach. We got 11 men on the field, they got 11 men on the field, all that sort of stuff. How do you approach it if you're the Houston Christian coach this week?
So basically, what me personally, I'm a guy. I've always said that guy across from me put his pants on the same way I put my pants on. So I'm not going to fear anyone. I'm going to tell my kids, hey, it's going to be a live environment. It's going to be a testy environment. But what I want from you guys, I don't want you to back down from the challenge. Approach it like it's another game. And we're going to go in wanting to have a clean game offensively, defensively, and special teams. No unnecessary penalties, no good coaching. And then let's roll the ball and see. Let's roll the ball out and see what happens. I don't want to be going in with no defeated attitude, like they're the kings of the world, meaning like with Nebraska is the kings of the world. But just going there with the confidence that we can come in and compete a little bit and see what happens.
Yeah, it'll certainly be an interesting test for them and try to get that going. One other question for you here off of YouTube. Bada Bing says, being that Kenny used to be in the backfield, has he had the chance to see Troy Pittman out of Central? How big of a get is he, Troy Pittman out of Omaha Central? Is he familiar with Troy Pittman? Could be the biggest recruit out of the state of Nebraska?
Yeah, I mean, if you go back a couple of years, there's a kid out of Omaha that I thought we should have taken that's playing for Atlanta Falcons now. Pittman is a great athlete. He has size, and to be that long and have that athletic ability, he would be a great get to get out of Nebraska. I know one of his coaches on the staff up there. I visited with him about 2 weeks ago, Abdul Muhammad. He was one of my teammates. So he speaks highly of the kid. The thing I like about it is I've asked Abdul on several occasions, is he a good kid? Because ultimately you want good kids on your campus. You can have really good football players, but they're not good kids. They're not good people. And Abdul says that he swears by he's a great kid, has great structure, and the kid wants to be here. So that's another thing I asked him, does the kid want to really be at the University of Nebraska? And he said the kid wants to be in Nebraska. So I'm going to take my guy's word for it. Just watching him athletically, I think he's a really, really good football player. He reminds me of Isaiah Simmons that came out of Kansas City that went to Clemson with his stature. And Isaiah Simmons came up here on a visit, and he has family from this area. And the sad thing about it is people on the staff that was on the staff at that time didn't know anything about it. So that was a discouraging thing for that kid, and that's why that kid chose Clemson. But to go back to my guy at Omaha, it'd be a really good get. You still have 2 years to keep him. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, always interesting, especially with the in-state recruits there. We got one more clip from Coach Butler. This one on Marquise Buford.
Yeah, experience is key. Keese has been here for a long time. I think we found a pretty good role for him. Last year when I was coaching the secondary, I knew he was one of our best 5, and I played him at corner a little bit, and probably wasn't the best place for him. And then we moved him to the nickel, and those times he played well there. But I think safety and kind of being in the middle of the field and being in the deep spaces of the field and being a little bit of an eraser, I think that's been a good role for him so far in the first 2 games. That I think it's been positive, and I think that the more you get into your season, the more you're going to have some kind of roadblocks and some hurdles you're going to have to overcome based on either how you play or who the opponent is or just how a season works itself out. So veteran presence and veteran leadership, guys that have been through it, I think are going to be helpful. And he's definitely one of the guys we'll lean on.
Of course, Kenny Wilhite in studio with us again here on Bock and the Blackshirt. Want to direct this question toward your way again too. He kind of admitted, and it seemed like it was the case watching it from the outside, that Marquise Buford maybe a better safety than cornerback, but certainly could do the job there. Do you think that playing different positions, we've seen that a lot with the secondary and the group that they have now. Do you think that Nebraska is reaping the benefits of that now because of that experience that they had, or do you think it might be better more often than not just to kind of settle a guy in on a position early?
No, I think like he said, they tried him out at corner. They figured out that wasn't the best position for him. And you go back to Malcolm Hartzog. He came in as a corner, and they figured out going forward that the best position for him was going to be the position they have in now. So you as a coach, what I've just listened to Butler, they've took the experience of trying to find a role for them, figuring out that role wasn't the right role, and now they have him in the role that they think that's best for the team, not just for the kid, but for the team. And I think, like I told you about Marquise early on, he's a veteran of that defense. And I think, and myself as a player, wherever you need me to play, I'm gonna go play that position. I'm going to try to excel at it. And then I think he's going to take it upon himself to get the young guys ready to play also.
We got a few clips from Coach Holgerson we can get to on the other side of the break.
How much you think we're paying this team, Bob?
Houston Christian?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
800,000.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Probably 1.65.
Huh?
That's expensive.
You just paid 1.45 to Akron.
I know, but Houston Christian is a smaller school than Akron, so that's why I said 800.
Yeah.
Gee, 1.65.
93.7 Bock in the Black Shirt. We'll be right back. Last segment coming up.
$93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a chance of showers and thunderstorms early this morning. Otherwise, decreasing clouds throughout the day. The high around 83. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and calm winds. Below around 62. Then tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies and light winds. An afternoon high at 85. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
From the capital to castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends September 12th.
See Home Club for details.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Oh, forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173. Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Yeah. 93.7 The Ticket. It is Bock the Blackshirt here from your 1 to 3 hour Monday through Friday. We are powered
by
Bauer
Infrastructure,
Bauer
Underground,
Brett
Excavating.
All right, shout out to the Bauer guys out there working hard today. Bock, we're down to the last segment, guys. Good show today, Kenny. Appreciate you. And
appreciate you guys having me. Been
hopefully
fun.
we'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, we can make it a Tuesday thing.
You off today?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got
just
planned? You worked out yet?
Went and played racquetball.
Racquetball.
Go cut the grass, wash some cars, and then relax.
All right.
I'm on this Netflix show called Lupin. You need to watch it.
Lupin?
Lupin.
I just watched some Army movie. I forgot the name, but the 12 something.
That's a great movie.
It
You
is.
just not watching that?
I'm just not watching it.
Bro,
It takes me 3-4 times to watch movies like that because I fall asleep when I watch it. I turn the TV on to go to sleep. I play Call of Duty, but when it's time to watch movies, I'm not that great at it.
Bro, movies and series are my.
So, look, Jack, this weekend?
Yep, has a game this weekend. 11-year-old, 11U. Been enjoying watching him play.
He's getting big.
Yeah, he's
been seeing your pictures you post. He's getting big.
He's getting a little chunky. Hopefully he.
That's one stage they all get through.
Yeah, But he's playing well, so it's been fun watching.
Running back,
and they got him at linebacker. I wish they put him in corner. But.
Yeah, Uncle Terrell will give him some pointers.
No, he's
shuffle. All right,
keep your shoulder square down the line, right?
Yeah. Hey,
keep your shoulder square down the line.
Take a pause. Hey, look, soon the ball snap, 1001, go. It's like a little half a second delay. That's why you can be on par with them. When they try to cut back, they'll cut right back into you. All right, Bock, what else we got?
I just want to ask Kenny too, because I thought this was kind of funny. Did you see the Missouri-Kansas game? Was that big in your area against St. Louis? Was that a big rivalry back then?
No, yes, it was because it was the Big 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Missouri-Illinois game too, because it's right across you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a good game. KU thought they had that game. I'm always rooting for my guy Lance Lipo. Never been a Missouri fan. Farley, we were talking about that before the show. Farley's a Georgia guy. He was like, "Well, you don't have a school close by." I say, "Well, Mizzou's right down the road." Well, what has Mizzou done? And he's right. Mizzou hasn't done anything. But yeah, so
I could wear my Georgia gear now. I don't have to fuss with anybody about it.
Well, it's interesting though, because Mizzou brought a fan on the field. I don't know if you saw this. He had a chance for $25,000 if he could hit a 45-yard field goal. Chance of a lifetime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he pulled off his shirt to reveal an FKU on his chest and kicked the ball at the Kansas sideline.
Yeah. Hey, to each his own, boy. To each his own. But
hey, that's a rivalry right there when you say bump the $25,000.
It's more of a rivalry in basketball, though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because Mizzou always had really good basketball teams. Of course, KU's been a blue blood program, as you guys will say. But yeah, football. Mizzou's finally coming to his own because now they're trying to take her home, meaning St. Louis and Kansas City recruiting wise. So it's been helping them out.
All right, big boxing match this weekend, man. Who y'all got?
You gotta go with Bud. There is no questions about that.
Canelo's a hard guy, man. I mean, I'm going with Bud, but it's gonna be a tough one. If you think Canelo's finished, then you might want to take a second chance.
No, I just you want
to give Bud the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's going to win this fight. It's not going to be. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy fight, but he's going to win this fight because he's Bud Crawford. He's from Omaha.
All right, Bob, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, Canelo Alvarez, an incredible career that he's had so far. Obviously, Bud undefeated, but this would be among his biggest, prize fights. Obviously, I want to hope more than anything is that Netflix is able to stream the fight better than it did with the what was that, the Logan or the Jake Paul fight with Mike Tyson. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's not often. I think there's 2 losses that the Canelo has had throughout his career. So it's tough to go. And one of those was against Floyd Mayweather, obviously. So it's going to be incredible to watch this thing break down and hopefully, and I'd love to see the Nebraska program, Matt Rule kind of get behind it. And he was very complimentary of the Nebraska fan base in general. And Bud has kind of stuck through Nebraska. I mean, as he's made his rise, he's always kind of represented Nebraska. At times, sometimes when the football team was struggling or whatever, but he'd always still show off his Nebraska pride.
Mm-hmm.
How much you think Canelo's getting for the fight?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh. $12 million.
I don't know.
I thought you had the answer.
I'm trying to look. I know Bud gets $10 million.
Oh, well, no, then I'm wrong. Then I'm gonna say $7 million. If Bud's getting 10, he's getting 7.
Oh, no. I'm finna see. Hold on. Could you look it up real fast, Bob?
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, I think Canelo's getting a lot of more money than that.
Really?
Yeah, he's the prize for this one.
Hmm.
So I have to, it won't let me bring it up. It keeps saying the undefeated man will receive his $10 million for his September 13th bout with Canelo, despite rumors. Do you see it, Bob?
Yeah, I'm still trying to kind of figure out the exact numbers here.
You got this 1980 laptop. Farley's course is slow.
This is not 1980.
90.
This is 1990. This is last year's edition, buddy.
But update your software then.
I know.
It's like your iPhone. That's the iPhone 1, bro. You can't even download the updates on that phone.
Who can?
You
can
can
get it. Oh.
You found it yet, Bob?
No, we might have to run this down. Well, I mean, I see some numbers, but I'm not sure if they're the right ones.
How much? What'd you see?
AI,
100 million?
AI says 150. Yeah.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
That's what I keep saying.
Who gets 150?
Cardella.
No. And you only paying Bud 10?
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge distinction.
Yeah.
But that's what AI says, and AI doesn't lie, right? It knows everything.
Okay, just like Google don't lie, Siri don't lie, none of them lie. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to double check on that first because that's what I'm seeing so far. That'd be interesting.
Pac, score prediction this weekend.
Hmm.
I know last week I heard you guys talking about it.
It said Canelo Alvarez guaranteed they reported $100 million with his potential total, including that reaching. See.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I guess you weren't lying.
All right, let's see. This one's the real one right here. Minimum of $100 million.
Oh wow. Wow.
Thanks to his 4-fight, $400 million deal with the Sheik.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob, prediction this weekend. Score.
I hope I think they can. I think they pull out a second straight shutout.
Farley.
Yeah, second straight shutout against Houston School of Death. School of the Blind.
Stop. Yep, I agree.
Well, thanks again to Kenny Wilhite for jumping on. We'll have him on more, as this was a very insightful show, entertaining show. Terrell, let you do the final send-off here.
Oh, Lord.
Well, maybe I was going
See? That's that cigar.
That's my cigar. I'm bad.
Yeah.
All right, 93.7. Tune in to us tomorrow, Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler here. And then on Thursday, what we got, Bob?
Beef jerky.
Yeah, beef jerky. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Black Shirt. We'll catch you Wednesday.